You and Kambosos, what do you think? Do you like that fight?
Yeah, I do like that fight.
I think you would sell better in Australia than a lot of other people.
I would sell better than every single one of these guys. But I win that fight. I knock him out within probably like 7 rounds.
What's good, family? So mash the like button, subscribe and lick off the bell. So we just heard there from your mans, Ryan, the sweetness Garcia. Damn, I can't even lie to you. I'm a straight shooting male, but this dude pretty looking, ain't he? He getting prettier by the day. I don't know what it is. I think it's that masculine jawline coming through. But listen, Mr. Sweetness, you stay woofing. All you be doing is woofing. What happened to the other fight with the cat that Gervonta Davis was just went life and death with? I've got the guy's name now, but either way, Ryan Garcia was due to fight Mr. Pitbull. What happened to that? He woofs. Ryan Garcia woofs, yeah. And I blame myself to an extent because way back when, a year ago, when Ryan Garcia was on the Mike Tyson podcast and Mike Tyson called Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia did the most woofing. And I gave him respect. I said, listen, I always give people at least one chance. And the way that Ryan Garcia was talking with such energy, I thought, no, there's no way it can be fake. Even though the dude pretty looking, I thought, well, to be fair to him, he pretty, but he's with Team Alvarez. Team Alvarez don't play no games, etc., etc. And to be fair to Team Alvarez, they have been consistent. Like, Canelo hasn't tiptoed around Ryan Garcia. Alvarez told Ryan Garcia, you need to get serious with the game and stop being pretty looking. Or you can go down another path and be a Calvin Klein model. Either way, this is the boxing game. You need to fix up. So I respect Alvarez, but still, back to your mans, Ryan the Sweetness Garcia. Back with the Mike Tyson podcast. He had such energy and conviction with Mike Tyson against Gervonta Tank Davis. I thought, wow, maybe there's something here. And I remember saying, I'll give everyone one chance. And I gave him the chance. I believed him. And next thing you know, he nowhere to be found. Oh man, you know, I'm psychologically not well. I got mental health. He went missing. Then he comes back. And I promise you, I'm trying to give the kid credit. Yeah, I'm trying to make him out to be something more than a TikToker. But right now, the way he moves is like a typical 2021 TikTok star. Just talking, just woofing for the sake of it. Yeah? That Pitbull fight. He comes back. The thing is, he left. No one asked him to leave the game. No one asked him to go missing, talking about mental health. He chose to do that. But then, to come back, he could have come back, yeah? He should have come back. Listened to Alvarez, the great mentor, kept his head down and thought, you know what? I've just bottled the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. And I'm pretty sure he bottled another fight as well. In fact, he did. He pulled out. He was due to fight someone and he pulled out based on mental health. And it was meant to be quite a decent fight. So in Ryan the Sweetness Garcia's wake, he's left a whole load of mess, a whole load of woof, where he's talked a good game and backed none of it up. 2-2s. He's making his controversial return after wasting everyone's time and gassing everyone up, myself included. And he again inserts himself, in true TikTok fashion, inserts himself into the whole Gervonta Tank Davis and Pitbull fight hype. Oh, I'll knock Pitbull out in 2 rounds, in 1 round, or whatever it was. Fine. And again, in all seriousness, if Ryan Garcia had been serious and had accepted that fight, he'd get full credit. But what do we know? Oops, he goes silent. He go radio silent again. He woofs. He reminds me of the big bad wolf. He woofs and he woofs, but he ain't blowing no house down. He just woofing. Yeah? Pitbull fight nowhere to be found. And now, God knows how. And this is the problem you see with the media. Ellie Suckback. He stay sucking. But rather than doing that, he should be saying to Ryan, where are these questions coming from? Oh, Ryan, what do you think about Kambosos? Think about Kambosos. You should be asking him, what happened to the Pitbull fight you said you wanted? You said you were going to knock him out in half a fight, 6 rounds, and do what Tank couldn't do. Now, to be fair, I'm not hyping Tank up. Tank himself Here's another guy, loves fighting bumps, or loves fighting below par fights for a champion. And to be fair to Ryan, at least he hasn't got no belts. So to some extent, I understand what he's doing. He's beltless. Apart from being pretty and being a TikToker, he ain't got nothing going for him, truth be known, in terms of the actual sport. But still, since he's in the sport and since he's woofing, we're going to treat him and analyse him in that fashion. So the Pitbull fight goes missing. And now, because of the funny style questions from Ellie Suckback, the softball questions, you've now laid him up to be talking about knocking George Kambosos out within 7 rounds. Oh, I'm the eater. What's wrong with this guy? When are you going to go in there and stop being a TikTok star and actually start trying to lead by example, or start trying to show by the actions? Because right now, all he does is woof. And it's the worst kind of woof. It literally has no action. He literally pulling out of fights. 2 months ago when he called out Pitbull, he said, I'm going to prove, I know people don't believe me. I know people think I'm soft because I pulled out because of mental health, but I'm back. Oops. He went silent, but he's popped up again, talking the hardest about what he's going to do. What makes you think you've got the right here? Apart from being a pretty looking TikTok star, what makes you think you got the right to call out Kambosos like you got something? What are you doing here? And that's why, unfortunately, people, I'm completely off this boat now. There was a time, as I've explained, I was fully backing Ryan Garcia. Because the energy, you have to watch it. You have to see it to believe it, yeah? Look at I don't care what no one says. If you watch Ryan Garcia call out Tank Davis on that Mike Tyson podcast, that was pure energy. And I was excited thinking, obviously at the time I thought he was real. I should have known better. Well, to be fair, part of me knew he weren't serious. But still, the idea of it, I thought, wow, we may have a future star on our hands. Because seriously, if there was a man, if Ryan Garcia literally went in there and did knock out Tank, he'd be like the next McGregor. Or the next De La Hoya. Do you understand? That's what I was thinking in my mind. I didn't think it was likely, but I thought, if he's serious about how he feels, if he really believes he's going to knock Tank out, this could be crazy. Does he know something we don't, is what I was thinking. And then we are here, a year later, he's fought no one. And he's just carried on this TikTok act of woofing at all the big names and doing nothing. He could say, don't forget people, in this day and age, the divisions are very light. Ryan Garcia could and should say, you know what, I've done way too much talking and no action. Let me go away, and rather than beg for stuff, beg for shots, I'm going to beat... Like, in this day and age, it's not that deep, which means that you've only really got to have 2 half-decent fights, and you're going to be mandatory for them belts anyway. I mean, look at Devin Haney, look at Teofimo, look at George Kambosos. Who have they all beat to get to where they are? No one. That's the truth. You don't have to beat a big name to get the shot. So why can't you be quiet, go away, put the work in, knock people out, do what you're talking about doing, and earn your way, rather than just woof? Because it's not like he needs the money anyway, and I think that's the problem. Ryan Garcia making millions outside of the ring, and I think really he's just playing at this now. He sees it as a cool little, what's the word? He sees it as a bit of a hobby. It makes him look cool. It gives him that, what's the word? It makes him a hit with the public. It makes him a hit on TikTok. Oh look, it's the pretty looking boxer. He pretty, but look, he boxes. I think that's the angle he's going down now. He wants to be the pretty looking dude who can box, or not who can box, but who's involved with boxing. It's sexy, innit? Oh look, he pretty, but he can throw hands. Chicks love it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Of course they do. But that's the lane he's in. He's in that lane. Oh, he on TikTok, but he can throw hands. And I've been knowing that because the way he does his YouTube, he does, you know what I mean? It's one of them ones. He's involved in the YouTube side and the Instagram side. Oh look, I'm the boxer, but I'm the social media star, but I can knock your head off. One of them ones. Well, you can't. That's the thing though, you can't. Yeah, you look cool and you look hard to TikTokers, but when it comes to the real game, you ain't serious. No one taking you serious, and you've got no one to blame but yourself. It's sad, truth be known. You sit there all serious looking, talking about how you can do this to Kambosos. You want to worry about doing something to anyone. That's the truth, isn't it? Seriously. I'm sorry, I find it hard to believe, yeah. that a man in his position can be talking about mental health. What does he have to have mental health about? No word of a lie, the kid here has literally hit the lottery in every single department. What department isn't Ryan Garcia winning in? Seriously. There ain't one. So please spare me the whole, mental health. No. What you mean to say is you want a way out of not having to cash the checks that your mouth's been making. And I can't back that. Wind your neck in and disappear to TikTok. That's what you want to do. Stop trying to hang around in the game and get free clout points, talking, woofing. It's not a good look. It's played out as well. At this particular point in time, or over the last year, Ryan Garcia is played out in my book. I don't want to hear no more from the guy. Action or nothing. And I think, to be honest, Team Alvarez should remove themselves. I think they should sack him off. Tell him, listen, if you ain't going to be fighting, if you're just going to be woofing, you can do that somewhere else. We don't want our team to be associated. Because look at Alvarez's team. For the main, Frank Sanchez and even Andy Ruiz to some extent. Everyone's working hard and everyone's serious. Apart from this cat. I understand he's young, but that's no excuse. Alvarez really is the best example. When Alvarez was 21, he was fighting Floyd Mayweather. Very serious. And the thing is, Alvarez had been serious 5-10 years before that. Super serious. And I think things have changed. Back in Alvarez's day, yeah, he was successful and famous, but... Well, no, I'm not going to say that. I was about to say that I think that the new social media era has changed a whole lot, but I don't believe that, actually. It's about your character. Alvarez has a very serious... And even now, look, he's 30 years old. He's got all the money and all the trappings, but he's serious still. Many of his peers, like Anthony Joshua and all them other ones, they've lost their way. He, more serious than ever. He's talking about going up to heavyweight, or he's trying to push himself. Meanwhile, you've got unaccomplished people like Ryan Garcia just woofing. It's embarrassing. It's not a good look.